What is up YouTube? My name's Albert Aldridge, the nutrition coach, and if you're looking for the best diet to lose fat, that is coming up in today's video. I'm going to be taking you through a few different dieting approaches you can try so you can create the best nutrition plan and diet that's going to fit around your lifestyle, that's going to allow you to lose weight, lose fat and achieve the physique and the body you've always wanted so you can feel better and look better. And just remember, with any diet you decide to follow, you do need to give it time in order to see results. You can't expect to see really significant results within a few weeks. If you'd like to know how many calories you need to lose weight and lose fat, I invite you to click the first link in the YouTube description because I've got a free ebook for you that's going to tell you how many calories you need to lose weight, as well as the amount of protein you need, and also within that ebook it's going to give you some cardio workouts that you can try, as well as some abs workouts for any of you who are interested in developing your abs. Plus in this ebook I've also got some free resources for you guys to go ahead and check out, which is going to put you in the best position to start losing fat today. The main aim of this channel is to educate people about how they can follow a flexible dieting approach and still lose fat, still lose weight, achieve the physique and the body they've always wanted around their lifestyle, so they can still eat the foods they love and not be restricted with what they eat. So what I invite you to do is go down below this YouTube video, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, because I come out with videos very frequently on this topic, and in that way you're not going to miss any of my uploads. Here's some workout footage of mine first and then I'll see you shortly so we can discuss the best diet to lose weight. Recently I told you I achieved 121 kilograms for the back squat doing a 5x5 session, so 5 sets of 5 repetitions, and I've been doing my best to try and get that on camera because I've done it when it's not been on camera. And in this workout, basically workouts don't always go according to plan, because I thought I felt good today and I did 121 kilograms for the first set of 5 and I felt absolutely knackered after that. So you're going to see after this set of 5 that I had to drop the weight down to, I believe I went to 110 kilograms. Then I went lower than that again for the sets afterwards, like 105 and then 100. Honestly, for some odd reason, that just happens sometimes. It might be because of activities you've been doing during the previous days. You might have really fatigued the central nervous system. That's very normal. I'm a big fan also of doing toaster bar. And I do encourage you to stick around for the whole of this commentary because I've got a cool website I want to show you in just a second. I love doing toaster bars, especially for ab development, for those of you who are really looking to try and target your lower abs as well as your upper abs. What I do is a variation of strict toaster bars, so to really target the lower abs, because I find when keeping it strict, that's where it targets the most. And then I do a bit more momentum on some other days, which is required in CrossFit. So I like to do a mixture of both. This is the 110 kilogram set. I did all the squats first and then the toaster bar combined with the, I think, 100 kilograms squats. But I wanted to just vary up the footage so you didn't just see squats first and then the toaster bar. But with any squat form, if you have any inquiries about it, just make sure you keep that lower back really tight as well as the core and keep that chest always rising upwards so you keep yourself in the best position posture-wise. This website is called active.com. I recommend you guys go check it out and sign up. You could sign up for free really easily, and what it's going to give you are resources like articles, and it will give you events in your local area, anywhere across the world, where you could do Tough Mudder races, which is a type of obstacle course race. You could look up 5k races. I'm just giving you a little tour of the website just here. If you have kids as well, you can find out what activities sporting wise are going on in your local area. So I've looked up West Sussex and London here, and I'm just giving you an example here of a week, 5 full week, 5 mornings, which I believe the kids can go out to go for a run, and that's based in the Wimbledon area in London. So you can go and sign up your kids for that if you want them to get fit but be in a group setting when doing it. And then here, this website is pretty awesome because they have loads of calculators where you can work out the amount of body fat you've got. Again, all these calculators are really good to give you an idea of what your current fitness level is or what your body fat level is, but I wouldn't just stick to these calculators because they will be pretty inaccurate, if in my opinion. If I'm honest, you want to get a really much more invasive method, but it still gives you an idea. And then here you can look up articles like running tips that you can refer to, and there's also a little bit to it where they have apparel as well. But if you want to look up any events in the local area, I'd recommend signing up for this website. Now I'm going to tell you the best diet to lose weight. And this isn't an answer you're going to expect, but I'm afraid there isn't one. In my opinion, you've got to explore what types of foods you enjoy, but stick to a certain protocol I advise my clients to do. I'm going to go through that in just a second, but first of all, I'm going to cover some of the diets you may have seen online. There's the keto diet, which tells you to avoid carbohydrates, keep them as low as possible, and eat very high fat foods, as well as a moderate amount of protein. On the opposite end of the spectrum, there's the high carbohydrate diet, where if looking at macronutrients, and I'm talking about carbohydrates, protein, and fat intake, you keep your carbohydrates really high, again protein pretty moderate, and then fat you keep really low. And sometimes I've found from people trying this approach that they've kept fat really too low, which has affected their hormone production, therefore they felt very lethargic, and it's made them feel a little bit tired and messed up the endocrine system a little bit. There's the intermittent fasting approach, where you either eat for 8 hours during the day, then fast for 16 hours. I've seen it where people fast for 18 hours, then eat for 6. Some people do 20 and 4. It really depends on what the advertisement is saying, but usually what I've seen out there is that the advertisement will say this is the best intermittent fasting approach to do, but really don't listen to this. I'll tell you why not to listen to it in just a second. There's the 5-2 diet, where during the week you keep your calories pretty high, and then at the weekend you just eat, I think I've seen it, it's just like 600 calories on the Saturday or Sunday. And I've seen other approaches where it's the flip side, so you do 600 calories for 5 days and then higher calories at the weekend, which again, in my opinion, is not creating the best relationship with food. There's the organic veggie approach, so you base your diet on loads of fruits and vegetables and organic food sources, but you avoid processed things as well as meats if you're doing a more vegan or vegetarian approach. Other diets I've seen is the paleo diet, I think there's the Oxford something diet, the Slim Fast diet, Atkins diet, so many different ones out there. In my opinion, those diets that tell you to have just liquids and shakes during the day, this doesn't create a good relationship with food, and you just won't be used to eating whole foods. Any kind of nutrition approach that's designed to lose fat, I always make sure to base it on whole foods and include smoothies if people want them, because I want to create the best relationship with food for the person and for the athlete, depending on who I'm working with. And the protocol I was referring to earlier, which I give to my clients, this is what it is. We work out the amount of calories they need to maintain their weight through a trial and error process, and once we've found that out, we figure out the amount of calories they need in order to lose between 0.5 to 2 pounds of body weight, and by losing it at this rate per week, it's more targeted towards fat loss rather than weight loss. We found out the amount of calories they need to be eating per day in order to lose that amount of weight across a normal typical week, and then we work out the amount of weekly calories they need by adding up their daily calories times 7. So if they go out on one day to eat and eat over their calories, they just know they need to either expend more calories the next day by doing extra cardiovascular exercise, or they reduce the amount of calories they're intaking. Then we work out the amount of protein they need by getting their body weight in pounds and timesing it by 0.8, which gives you the amount of protein you need in grams in order to promote muscle mass recovery after doing resistance training exercise and exercise workouts in general whilst in a weight loss and fat loss phase. I like to do the approach of 0.8 grams to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Then with fruits and vegetables, from looking at the literature, between 5 to 7 portions of fruit and vegetables a day is optimal. I usually go for 5 and it's fine. Helps me not to be nutrient deficient, and it does support me during my workout. So 5 portions of fruit and vegetables a day. It can be more vegetables if the person wants to. And then finally, 70 to 80% of the time, basing their diet on complex carbohydrates, lean protein sources, including some dairy products if possible. They're not lactose intolerant in this dieting approach. And then 20 to 30% of the time, allowing them to have alcohol, chocolate, crisps, processed foods, so they can create a diet plan for themselves which is sustainable and is going to allow them to still achieve the physique they want. And if you're a person who likes to eat twice a day, if you're a person who likes to eat 6 times a day, that's absolutely fine. It's not going to affect your rate of fat loss, but you may find that eating twice a day, you perform better in your resistance training workouts, which is going to allow you to retain muscle mass and potentially build on muscle mass within a fat loss phase, depending on what period of your training you're at. So you've got to eat the amount of meals per day, which is going to allow you to perform the best within your workouts and give you consistent energy throughout the day when you're going to work, so you can feel good and increase your well-being throughout the day. Because I wouldn't recommend somebody, if they enjoy eating once a day, that's fine, but if they're feeling really super lethargic at lots of points during the day, I would potentially ask them to review how they're eating, to try and break up that one meal into smaller meals. And remember, calories in versus calories out at the end of the day is what's going to determine whether you gain weight or lose weight. So if you have 2,000 calories in one meal or 2,000 calories across 4 meals with 500 calorie meals, it's not going to make a difference. You're still achieving that 2,000 calories at the end of the day. Finally, if you want to see consistency with your drop in weight, then I would recommend that you try to stick to a consistent amount of calories per day. I know life gets in the way sometimes, and that's absolutely fine, but that's just something to think about. I hope this video was helpful. This is just to give you an idea of the different types of diets out there, and really what I'd recommend is you try lots of these different ones to see which is based on whole foods, by the way, which are based on whole foods, and then see which one you prefer. You may like a high fat diet, you may like a high carbohydrate diet. I personally like a high carbohydrate diet alongside my resistance training, but you just need to test which ones you prefer to do and which ones that you enjoy the most. This is Albert Aldridge, the nutrition coach. Thank you very much again for watching. I'm signing out. See you in the next video.